Okay, hi, my name is Rebekah. I am 24 years old and I have 3 kids and they're all under the age of 3. That's my daughter, she's the oldest. I have a 1-year-old, his name is King. And then I have a 5-month-old, so I am 5 months postpartum at this time. No, I don't get much sleep. Motherhood at this point, or at this stage, has just been a rotation of snacks, diapers, emotional breakdowns, laughter. My house smells like a mixture of baby wipes, baby lotion, pee from my daughter, newly found potty training, and even a little stench of mommy desperation. But I am surviving, of course, thriving. Sometimes I'm not. But would I trade it for anything? Not even for a second. But at times, sometimes I will go ahead and disappear so that I can get a nap in or two. Anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know that you're not alone. If you have 3 kids under 3, and if your life is just in chaos, welcome to the club. Of course, there's no meeting time because when you have 3 kids under 3, you don't keep up with time. You want to go back just a little bit, kind of tell a story about how we got here, how we have 3 kids under 3. December of 2021, me and my husband, we decided that we were gonna try for our first child. By this point, we had been together for 6 years. We're high school sweethearts, been dating since I was 15 years old. When I was pregnant in January of 2022, I was more than surprised. I honestly believed that I wasn't going to be able to have kids, to me having ovarian cysts since I was 13 years old. Developed it after I started puberty, like as soon as I started having cycles. Just 3 months after giving birth in September to Cameron of that year, I then found out that I was pregnant again with my second born, which his name is King. Once again, I was shocked, very stunned. I didn't have a clue in the world what I was going to do. I just didn't think that we could rely on anyone. It was more so like me and him against the world. But I was adamant that whatever was to come was all in God's plan. So of course I had my baby and he was handsome, he was beautiful. I was raised in a household of nothing but women. I had my father. He was the only man, the only male in the household. Me having a son on the second time was just like, oh my God, I could just curl up and die. And I had no clue on how to be a mother to a son. The second I heard him cry when he came out, it was just instinctual. When King was 16 months at the time, I found out that I was pregnant again for the 3rd time in 3 years. And this time, I kind of felt defeated. I was almost instantly in tears. And I love my children, so there was no doubt in my mind that I would have my 3rd child. But I was also thinking about my health because the previous 2 children were born by cesarean section, also known as C-section. And I had preeclampsia and high blood pressure. And with King, I actually had to go back to the hospital 5 days after I had him because my blood pressure skyrocketed. When you're pregnant, you're just so emotional. And I instantly started thinking like, man, I really screwed up because I was thinking that, I would die trying to give birth to this third baby. And, my husband and I, we spent days crying about the possibility of either us having to go along with an abortion or me losing my life at the end trying to give birth. So when I visited my OBGYN for the first time, she did reassure me that women do have 3 kids back to back all the time, and that there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to have this child full term, because I was also kind of worried about that as well, that he may have to come out a little earlier than normal. And she reassured me that if he comes out any earlier, it would be like either 39 or 38 weeks, which it's not that terrible. It's not like he was going to be preterm or anything like that. So but there were some precautions like dietary needs, and I had to do more doctor visits than usual, so I did proceed to have my baby. But something else that worried me throughout the pregnancy was the stress of the shame that you feel when you have multiple kids back to back in such a short span of time. I kind of felt very grimy, not feeling comfortable enough to talk about being pregnant again, because you always hear those rude and nasty comments like, "Dang girl, you just popping them out. Dang girl, when you gonna stop? Dang girl." And it kind of just makes you feel like if God was, if God had blessed me with this, then why does man want to make you feel ashamed of it? And then on top of that, I hadn't worked in a year and a half. Me being so far away from my hometown, if anything was to happen, no one would be able to get to us in a good amount of time to help us out or anything. And just my age as well. I was very ashamed to say that at the age of 23, I had 3 kids. Like I said, you always get those people with the stupid remarks and the crazy comments. And I even heard, "Dang girl, you just be laying on your back, huh?" So I had not spoken to anyone about being pregnant until I was 6 months along. And I first told my husband's mother because I felt like she could relate and that she knew exactly how I would be feeling. It didn't make me feel great that someone was hearing me out for once, because she did have, my husband and his siblings are all 1 year apart as well. So I knew that she would kind of understand. So we spoke, and she was very ecstatic to have another Davis into the family. And my parents, on the other hand, unfortunately, my parents and my family, all my family, did not know about my 3rd child's birth until I gave birth. Actually, it was the day after I gave birth that I told everyone that I gave birth. And that was really just for fear of disapproval and ridicule. I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. I'm grown. I can make my own choices and my own decisions. I pay my own bills. I take care of my own kids. Yeah, and this is just like a candid mommy talk. I want to start this as a series where I just come in here and, I give a mommy confessional. I tell you guys about how this motherhood journey is going. And I hope that you guys enjoy and that this helps someone along the way. Because, like I said, we are all in this chaos of life together. So if you do like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. I love you all. Good night.